Even though median sales price in Asheville, North Carolina right now is right around $500,000, and even that number is kind of diluted, it depends on location and part of town, as you know, or may have heard me talk about it. Real estate is hyper local, so you can't just broader criteria will give you a general idea, but not gonna be a hyper local data. There are still homes here in the area that you can buy for under $400,000. Now the disconnect happens when we talk with people who want to relocate here, who want to buy in the Asheville area, and the price range is right around $400,000 or under $400,000. The disconnect happens when they start describing or sharing their criteria and their expectation for that price range. Yes, you can find homes under 400, but they may not be what you are looking for. They may not have all the things, bells and whistles, all the criteria that you are looking for. So in this video, I'm gonna show you what you can get right now in Asheville, North Carolina for under $400,000. So don't go anywhere. So the first house I'm showing you is located right here in Arden. It is right behind me. We cannot fly drone here because it is literally right across the street, right across from the highway from Asheville Regional Airport. This home is located in Arden. It is about 2,000 square feet in size, only has 2 bedrooms, 2 baths according to MLS. I'm thinking it has more bedrooms, but because it's on septic, and septic permit is probably for only 2 bedrooms, that is why they listed it at only 2 bedrooms. I bet you they have an extra room that you can use as a bedroom. This property is also located in a very close proximity to French Broad River that blew up and flooded everything here 6 months ago. I see here that this home, that's a good marketing right there, was inspected for storm damage, and it did not have any. Honestly, this area is on the other side of the highway, on the opposite side of French Broad River, so I wouldn't be surprised that it didn't have any storm damage, but you just never know, okay? All right, so let's go inside and I'll show you what you can get right here in Arden for under $400,000. And you'll notice different homes on today's home tours will offer different things depending on where they are at. For example, this home is in Arden, and it generally is a very desirable area, especially for those with kids. This property in particular belongs to T.C. Robertson High School District, so look that up if you have kids. But outside of that, it does have 3 bedrooms and another bonus room slash maybe office room. Open floor plan here flows into other parts of this property. Some finishes, or most of the finishes, I would say need some TLC. If not TLC, then maybe upgrading, so you can come make this home yours, all under $400,000. Pretty much none of the houses that we are showing today and that are really available on the market in Asheville, North Carolina under $400,000 will have attached garages. Even places, like new construction homes. There are some new construction homes under $400,000 in Asheville, and they will not have garages. Some of them will not even have paved driveway. You've got to adjust your expectations. The next house we are going to is just west of downtown Asheville, super close to West Asheville and downtown, also right next to French Broad River. So we're just gonna follow French Broad River today. The next house is right in between downtown Asheville and River Arts District. It is in walking distance to River Arts District, to my favorite Baby Bowl with some amazing lobster roll. Okay, back to the topic. This is the house. It is way under 1,000 square feet in size, only 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. right under $400,000 on a really small lot, but it has a little bit of outdoor space. You see that back deck, that's pretty big. People who choose this area, by the way, we are in a historic Chicken Hill neighborhood again. They do not come here and they do not move to this part of town for big outdoor space, for a huge yard and all that and privacy. They come here and they live here because they want to be within walking distance to River Art District with all its galleries, not only galleries, but coffee shops, places to eat, greenway for your walk, hike. Downtown is right next door within walking distance, and you are right there at all the great restaurants at your fingertips. But let's go inside and check it out. And so this property, alongside with its little neighbor right next door, seemed to be one of the original properties here in Chicken Hill. A lot of other properties all around are new homes, brand new homes, and I actually showed you one of them just last week right across the street. And this adorable little cottage, I'm actually impressed. It is very well maintained, wood floors, nice living room, goes into the kitchen. You have room for dining area, little kitchen, and then 2 bedrooms, stackable washer and dryer on this side, a bathroom, and you can sit after a day of work or maybe right before work. You can go and sit on this massive back deck that has covered portion right here and then uncovered, and you can maybe sunbathe here and listen to the sounds of this city, the birds, everything that Western North Carolina has to offer right here. The next location we are at is East Asheville, and the name of this neighborhood is Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills of Asheville. I have to say, it is not super common for homes in this price range to have garages, but this home does have a small attached garage. It is all the way in the basement in the lower area, so you will have to go up to the main area. But it's an older home, 3 bedrooms, only 1 bath, and you really need to use your kind of imagination and the HGTV goggles, because it can be a project for some people. So if you have the vision, you can make this, I think, a very nice home for yourself. But let's go inside because I'm getting freezy by the minute with all the rain that we're having. All right, as you come in, living room with a fireplace, original wood floors right here. I'm sure there might be more wood floors under this carpeted area. I don't know why it's here. Because it's an older home, it's not going to be an open floor concept. But I think, again, with some vision, you can maybe knock this wall down and open this, what looks like a dining area, and connect it with the kitchen. I don't know, you use your imagination, because kitchen does look a little closed off. It does have a little pantry and connects with what looks like a bedroom with a closet, and then the hallway, and that 1 bathroom that serves all the bedrooms and everyone in the house. The floors are sloping. Again, it's an older house, and 2 more bedrooms are on this side. Basement that is unfinished, and where the garage access is all the way down. Where is it? I'm lost. Where are we in this house? Oh, right here. It's right here. No, wait. Oh, that's not basement. This is attic access. I doubt you can finish it and make it a livable space because the height of the ceiling, and I think that's what the previous owners used it for, just for storage. And we all know there's never too much storage. So that's a great option. But where's the basement? Where's the basement door? Let's go find it. And we found the basement door. It's right here off of the living room. A lot of times, or most of the time, when there are basements, basements can be a good place for like a health check, for house health check, to see if it smells, if it has any musty smell, if it definitely has any moisture on the walls or on the floors. This one, I don't smell anything. And it appears to be dry, which is a good sign. Again, never skip your inspection, because your inspector will be looking at everything more in depth with all the little devices, poking walls and testing for moisture and stuff like that. But yeah, this one looks pretty good, and pretty good height of the ceiling. Where is that garage, by the way? Oh, it's all the way here. I don't know how to turn on the light here. Ta-da! It's not gonna be a huge car. Big SUVs that we have here in the United States probably will not fit here, but something smaller, on the smaller side, might. So the bathroom, just like the rest of the house, is super vintage. I am kind of digging this tile, vintage tile. I actually see this style of tile in new homes, in brand new homes, so it's coming back, but you know, it's up to you. Another thing that I love about this house, like, it's just small details. Check this out. It has an original little keyhole for a key like this, and it works. This thing still works. Oh my God. And you have access to your back patio that probably needs some updating, but it's right here, available. And so this house is located in East Asheville. A.C. Reynolds High School is the school district for this property. This property is located right across the street, right across the road. It's like I can see the golf course, Asheville Municipal Golf Course. Not gonna be able to fly a drone today, but I think we have some old footage we can include. And I covered this neighborhood in particular in one of my previous videos. I'm gonna link it up right here, and also in the description, about one of those communities that have a strong community feel, but they don't have HOA fees. So Beverly Hills does not have any restrictions or HOA fees, and it's super eclectic, very established. Most of the houses are on the older side. There are some newer homes popping up, just like everywhere else in Asheville. You know, little pockets of new home here, a couple of new homes there. And so if you, by the way, are looking to buy, sell, or invest in the Asheville area, our team and I will be honored to be your real estate expert of choice. Our contact information is down in the description. Now, the next house is in Swanoa, right here. This is Swanoa. Swanoa was hit very hard by the storm. All this part right here, where I'm driving right now, was underwater. In fact, the house is in Beacon Village, historic Beacon Village neighborhood that I covered actually in my previous videos about before the storm. But there's kind of two parts to Beacon Village. One is located like right off of the main highway, right off of here, and all the houses here were underwater. And I covered that part in my video about the storm actually. Well, the house we're going to is in a different part of Beacon Village. It's kind of across the hill, on the other side of the highway. So it's on a much higher ground. It didn't have any damage. Also historic home. It was built almost 100 years ago. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, no garage, brick exterior, so it got some character, and I'm just curious to check it out and show it to you. By the way, all this field right here that you can see on the left side is former Beacon manufacturing. It was at once, I think, world's largest blanket manufacturer or something like that. I forgot. Again, I covered that in my video about the Beacon Village. It was burnt down years ago, and it was just standing like this. Nothing was happening. Well, now there are plans to revive it and create a big park for hiking, biking, kind of have a recreational area. And that would be huge for Swanoa, because, Swanoa is more like a up-and-coming kind of suburb. Doesn't have much going on here. It is super conveniently located right between Black Mountain and Asheville, but not a whole lot of happening here. So this would be huge, and we are 300 feet away from the property. So let's go. So pretty much every house in Beacon Village looks just like this. Small bungalow style brick exterior. Some of the neighbors painted their brick, but a lot of them are just still like this. The highway that separates the other Beacon Village, the other part of Beacon Village, and Swanoa River that blew up and flooded everything is right there. So you can hear some highway noise, but again, that was a good separation. And this is the property. It can be a short-term rental because it's outside of city limits. There are no HOA rules. All right, let's go inside. So this property can be used not just a short-term rental, but also as a homestay because it's got a second entrance, and so there's opportunity to live in the main part of the house and then rent out the other part of the house that has separate entrance and separate bathroom. A lot of original features in this property, original floors that looks like they were recently stained, so they look like in pretty good shape. Like a non-functional fireplace that used to be here, all those little knobs on some of the doors, but updated windows, that's huge. Updated lighting and some fixtures, mini splits in most of the rooms, in most of the areas. So it kind of creates, a very livable space, especially for all the modern needs and expectations. So this room, for example, has access to hot water heater, kind of like a utility closet with your laundry closet or laundry room. Nice and spacious, very bright and white bathroom. I love those privacy windows here that you can actually open, good touch. Lots of room here. So great blend of old and new. Nice character and then modern touches, again, that a lot of people prefer. So this would be kind of that part that you can rent out and have a homestay, and this is where you can live. You can close it off, second entrance to the second living room or kind of sitting room. Another room that can be used as either dining room maybe or family room, and goes into pretty nice and big kitchen that was also updated, which I love. Updated cabinets, updated countertops, all updated stainless steel appliances, has access to another very similar bathroom that's pretty big, pretty much the same layout, only this one has a combo tub and a shower, but lots of space here. So again, you can see, going a little farther outside of Asheville, we're still in Buncombe County, but this one is technically in Swanoa, right between Black Mountain and Asheville. You can get a little more for your money. This house appears to be the most updated out of all four that I showed you today. Let me know in the comments which one you liked best, and if you have any questions about any locations, parts of town, maybe towns around Asheville, neighborhoods, anything and everything when it comes to relocating to the Asheville area, the process of buying or selling or investing, our contact information is down in the description. We would love to be your real estate experts of choice here in the Asheville area.